It started with an email, an unassuming message buried in the sea of spam and promotional offers that flooded my inbox every morning. The subject line simply read, "Exclusive opportunity for the curious." Normally, I'd delete something like that without a second thought, but something about it caught my eye. Maybe it was the simplicity of the title, or maybe it was curiosity. The email contained a single line of text. "We know what you seek. Come to Hawthorne House to find the answers you've been craving." Beneath the text was an address, deep in the heart of a remote forest, and a date that very night. No signature. No explanation. Just a cryptic invitation to a place I'd never heard of. I should have ignored it. I knew better than to chase after vague promises that sounded like bait for some kind of scam or worse. But something about the name Hawthorne House stirred something in me. It felt familiar, like I'd heard it in a dream or an old story that I couldn't quite recall. So, against my better judgment, I decided to go. The drive out to the woods was uneventful at first. The city lights faded behind me, replaced by rolling hills and stretches of dense trees. As I got closer to the location, my GPS began to glitch, the signal cutting in and out. Finally, it froze completely, leaving me to rely on the printed directions I'd scribbled down before leaving. The road narrowed as I went deeper into the forest, the trees pressing in from both sides like dark sentinels. My car's headlights seemed dimmer than usual, barely cutting through the thick fog that blanketed the area. Every now and then, I thought I saw movement between the trees, a shadow darting too quickly to be an animal, or a flicker of light that vanished the moment I tried to focus on it. The unease settled in my chest, but I told myself it was just nerves. It wasn't every day that I drove into the middle of nowhere to visit a house I'd never heard of because of a cryptic email. When I finally reached the driveway, I almost turned back. The mansion loomed at the end of a gravel path, its silhouette framed by gnarled trees and swirling mist. It was massive, but not in a way that felt grand. It was oppressive, like it was leaning forward, watching me. The windows were dark, their glass streaked with grime, and the front door was an ominous black rectangle that seemed to swallow the weak glow of my headlights. I sat in my car for what felt like an eternity, debating whether to leave. But then I saw a faint flicker of light in one of the upstairs windows. It was brief, like a candle being lit and snuffed out in the same breath. And just like that, my curiosity won. The air was colder than it should have been for early autumn as I approached the front door. The gravel crunched beneath my boots, the sound unnaturally loud in the silence. When I reached the door, I hesitated. There was no doorbell, no knocker, just an iron ring set into the wood. I lifted the ring and knocked 3 times. The sound echoed through the house, deep and hollow. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, the door creaked open on its own, revealing a darkened foyer lit only by the faint glow of moonlight streaming through a cracked window. I stepped inside, the floorboards groaning under my weight.